Good weekend, all. Ira Epstein of Linn & Associates with your weekend edition of your SPDR ETF wrap-up for this Sunday, the 24th of October, 2021. Well, I'm in a hurry because I want to get my F1 racing done. It's my favorite sport. It's in Austin, Texas today. I've been watching. It's been carried on national news all day long on TV, doing a phenomenal coverage of it. It's a big event. 140,000 people. You heard me. In Austin today for the race, 120,000 yesterday for what they do is their last practice and then their qualifying sessions. They move on to Mexico next. How many there, you think, attend? Sold tickets, 160,000. This is not a little sport. This dwarfs everything. I mean, it's a monster. Watch it and you'll understand why. Then, of course, I got to watch the Bears get killed by Tampa Bay. Brady's still my favorite, so what can you do? All righty. So, in the market, interesting weekend. It looks like President Biden's going to get some type of package wrapped up. Doesn't appear anything on taxes of any consequence is going to happen. It doesn't look like you're going to get that college tuition paid. Not going to get what you think and everything else. But you got to watch Pave. Pave is going to be important because this is where the infrastructure bill can finally get resolved. The budget for itself, the ceiling, that might get rolled in a different way. The Republicans aren't going to go with just crazy raising of it. But the Democrats seem to have found a way to tie it into the reconciliation bill. If they can do that, then they can deal with it on their own. Politics at work. When we look at XLK, the technology sector, coming back up, going for the highs right there. We'll see if it can do anything. Is there a trading pattern? Well, on the weekly chart, there isn't. You have a higher high, lower low. We know the trend is up. You don't have to be blind to see that. But there's a difference between an overall trend and being able to trade it. Very big difference, and you got to learn that over time. What the market did do is it corrected back to the 18-week average of closes in red, held that, and the market's now got upside bias again. Why do I think it's not going far? Because the upper Bollinger Band, the black dashed line, is waiting for it. That's an algorithm designed to keep the market trading within it 95% of the time. Eventually you break out of them, and when you do, you get these type of patterns that will push on them. You can also run it this way, where you push. But staying out of it, no. It will for a short while. It's designed to do that, but not very long. Again, I want to be the house. I'll take the bet with you consistently. You'll win 5% of the time, and I'll win 95% of the time. And I'll tell you where to mail me your check. On the tech sector, in terms of momentum, the slow stochastic, well, you came down and now you're getting back in overbought reading. Any number over 70 in the slow stochastic, in my opinion, is overbought. Pave. How could you not like Pave? I think this is a base. I think that once they release the funds, everybody's going to spend them. Roads are going to get built. Bridges are going to get built. It's important. It's necessary, and that's what I think. But it's been a road where the market really stalled out back here in May. I think I was very good in pointing that out. I said, I don't see a lot of downside, no upside until they get into these bills and get some passage. You're still not passed. But as you do, you'll see your warnings as the market starts breaking out of this. And then we'll talk about how to catch that if you can, or if I can. In the industrial sector, you've got a lower low, higher high, caught in sideways action. Again, politics at work. This market wants to see some of these bills get done. It wants to see better things. I think we're at the end of the COVID in America. The fact that children are going to get their shots now, third boosters, our situation, you got to be forward thinking, pretty much under control for the country as a whole. Pockets, always a problem. Then we get to the energy sector, lower low, higher high, but come on, straight on up. Difficult to catch. The market is running against the upper Bollinger Band, which again, I'm going to repeat, I don't think smart money buys over that, but they don't sell into it either. It's one thing to come out against it. It's another thing to be short against it. I don't expect that. SPY, you can see how the market is just moving itself up again. Then we get to the emerging markets, the weekly chart. I think this is a big resistance point. I think we want to see a little more developed this week before you do too much. The daily charts have been very bullish, but they got overbought if my memory serves me right. Then we get to the gold. I have joined the bull camp that looks for gold to be strong year end and into 2022. Why? Because the inflation scenario seems to have bitten and it's getting a following. You see it here with the momentum turning up, higher lows, higher highs. This is the first week where you're over since August, the 18-week average. If it's good, how are you going to know the market's good? Let me give you the secret. Don't want anybody to listen. If you hit the upper Bollinger Band, you haven't hit it since back in May, it would be a sign it's not just a flash in the pan. That's how I'm going to interpret it. In the gold miners, you're in a resistance zone. Be cautious. The 100-week average in that. Now, if gold's good, this is going to be good after the fact, but the chart pattern's certainly not as pretty as gold itself. ARC, the weekly chart. Okay, Kathy, you're back to a resistance point. Hate to say it. You survived a big breakdown here. Now, I don't know what you call by survive, because at the beginning of the year, this was a 160 level. You're down to 106. That's a third drop. And all the market's done is bounce back a little, and I know people are enamored with it, but the price hasn't been good. There's been many better places to be this year. I know she's a positioning fund. That's what her thing is for the future. This wasn't her year. No other way to call it. Amazon. Amazon's got problems because everybody's telling you to do what? Buy ahead. And that's what I think's going on. Yes, Black Friday will be good, all this will be good. But if you go to store shelves, if you try to buy things, I was trying to buy for a bathroom a caddy today, a shower caddy, actually yesterday. I cannot tell you on Wayfair how many of the products are out of stock. I know most of these are made in China. It just gives you an idea of the shortages happening. You know, use your head. As you shop for things, you learn. Higher high, lower low, Apple sort of sitting in between. I don't see upside or downside right here. TLT in the Treasuries on the weekly. You don't want to be short after you hit a Bollinger Band and you're not embedded. Take my enhanced Bollinger Band course. Tesla, up and away. So the guys that don't believe it, I forgot people still writing me, it's not worth $200 a share. Okay, and I got to tell you, I'm looking at some of the new cars coming out. They blow the Tesla away from the test results. I have been a car guy all my life. I've owned so many great cars. I'm talking high-end sports cars, luxury cars, had all the toys. Today I drive a smart car. It's my favorite car. You'll laugh at it. My favorite car. And my first car I ever owned was an Isetta. Isn't that hard to believe? But up and away, over all that, okay. But it's over the upper Bollinger Band, not a spot where I think you're going to attract the new money. That was the news. So for those of you that watch this, I want to be your go-to guy at 9:30 or so in the morning. What do I mean by that? I start recording at 9. I wait for all the government reports between 8:30 and 9 to come out Chicago time. And then I start recording for you Monday through Friday, what I see the markets doing, what I think you should do with them, buy here, sell there. On Saturdays, I give you the weeklies, just weeklies, 40-some-odd charts on just that. I want the privilege of being your guy that you go, hey, I'm covering all this and more. I want to see what Ira thinks in those individual stocks. Why is he saying buy here? Why is he saying sell there? You're going to get 24 videos a month, each an average of 20 minutes long. You need not watch the whole thing. There's a scroll bar on the website. Pull to the area you want. If you want to see them all, I love when you watch them all. And of course, my morning video, I really tell you what I'm seeing, where to buy, where to sell, the stops, so on and so forth. I have a ball with it, and I think you will. $8.95 a month. You can either then go on a month-to-month, or you can get another break-in price by going to a one-year subscription. Go to our website, go under the word research. It's all laid out for you. I'm Ira Epstein. Out of this eye, I'm watching F1, getting ready to go. Take care.